Spence, let's talk about what's the obvious change here. There's a new manager for the Cincinnati Reds. What's your first impression of Terry Francona now that you've had a chance to work with him for a little bit?
Yeah, obviously you know the track record he has, and you know, first thing I did after we hired him was watch that Netflix documentary, and you hear stories and you hear guys just constantly raving about how great of a person he is, and also a great leader, and I think that's what we're seeing early on.
Can a manager have an effect on a team? Can he help a team win?
100%. I mean, they're the leader of the clubhouse. They set the standard, and you try to hold yourselves and your teammates that standard every single day, and I think that can affect the team drastically, especially how many ups and downs you face during a 162-game season.
When you look back to last year, and I know last year was disappointing for the team, do you feel like this team comes back this year with a chip, hungrier, considering what happened last year and now refreshed here in spring training?
Yeah, I think our attitude is definitely disappointed in how we played last year. I think we all understand that we have much more potential than what we've shown. But like, again, I'm going to use this word a lot, the standard around here is it's set high, and I think that's a good thing. I think we're going to get a lot more out of every guy on this team, 1 through 26. And I think that's awesome. I think there's a lot of competition in camp, which is great too.
Let's use the same word, standard, for you. I know the standards for yourself are very high. How do you feel about the way you played last season?
For me, the frustration comes from the inconsistency. I think the best, players in all sports are consistent, and that's what I try to be every single day is the same guy and show up. And when I step in the box, you're going to get a good at-bat for me. And I feel like at times last year I got away from that. So I'm just looking to be more consistent with my play this year.
Is that a hard thing to do? I mean, Spencer, it's one thing to say it, to go out and do it. How are you more consistent from year to year?
I think you obviously learn from failure. And I learned a lot last year by failing probably more than I ever have throughout a whole season. And I think everyone, how they deal with failure is different, and I think I learned a lot about myself and what best suits me when I'm 0 for 25 and I'm going into a day game, or it's a doubleheader and I'm 0 for 7 going to my 8th at bat of the day. I think how people approach that's differently, and I think I learned a lot about what works for me last year when you face that adversity.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it felt like to me you hit into a lot of bad luck last year. You hit the ball hard a lot, and it was right at people. Did last year feel like a lot of bad luck to you?
I think it was a mixture of a lot of things. It definitely felt like balls weren't falling my way at times, for sure. But I think I learned a lot from that too. Instead of looking at your swing because you're 0 for 15, maybe look at it like, I've hit the ball hard 10 out of 15 at-bats. At this level, that's pretty good, and that's going to play over a full season. So instead of going straight to the video room or hitting extra, maybe take a step back and look at kind of what's going on versus trying to make changes when you're going through, quote unquote bad luck.
It was interesting. I talked to TJ yesterday, and I asked him what makes you special. He said the fact that no matter what's happening, he's the same guy, same attitude, same personality, and he thinks that will lead to results this year for you. How much pride do you take in the fact that you're just there? Even if I'm wrong, maybe we are wrong about that, but at least that's the perception your teammates have, is that you're a constant guy kind of right there.
That's probably the biggest compliment anyone could give me, at least as a baseball player, because that's what I strive for every day. I believe if you're the same guy and you stick to your process, when you're going through those bad times, you might be struggling at the plate, but I have a chance to win us a ball game in left field or first base or wherever I'm playing. And I think working on being the same guy every day, no matter the results you get, you can still impact the game in so many different ways. So I think that's the minimum I owe to my teammates, is being the same guy and being ready for anything that's thrown at my way, no matter if I'm going through it at the plate or I'm hitting 500. I don't want to get too high, don't get too low. And I think in baseball especially, that's that's about as important as the things you can get to.
When you got off to the really good start last year, I think I posted a tweet that said, come back to this in a few months. Spencer is going to be an all-star. It didn't happen last year, but is an all-star game, posting numbers, are those things you think about or you care about?
I truly believe if you focus on playing the game to win, and that's all you care about, I think that individual stuff will take care of itself. So if I go out every day and I try to win us a ball game and play the game the right way and play hard, I think you'll look up halfway through the year and you'll be at the All-Star game, or you'll be, in the MVP race at the end of the year. Like I think that's why Ellie's so good. Is every game he's coming out trying to win. He doesn't care about winning the MVP, but that kind of stuff just happens because of the way he plays.
I see you swinging the bat out here. You look great. How's the shoulder? Because I haven't seen you in the outfield much doing anything. Is that something you're just managing at this point, Spencer?
Yeah, it's something I've been working through since the middle of last year. Kind of messed it up sliding into a base, and just kind of been giving me trouble ever since. So we're just taking it slow and make sure once I start throwing again that I'm built up to where I can be playing, left field one day and first base the next, and be available for the entire season. So I don't have any doubt that I'll be ready, but just taking it slow.
I like to ask baseball players this question. I think I probably asked it last year in the same spot. Why is this year a big year for you?
It's always a big year because you want to come out and win. We spend our entire lives around this game. We're at the field all day for 8 months, and once you're in the off season, you're still training every day, you're still working every day, and a lot of people around you, your families, my now wife, she makes a lot of sacrifices for me to be able to do this. So with all that work and sacrifice, you want it to pay off, and by it paying off is winning a championship. That's the goal for all 30 teams right now in spring training. So it feels big because of how much work and how much sacrifice you make to be here.
Life's different for you since last time we spoke. You're now married. Has that changed anything? You've been with your wife now for a long time, but is life any different being a husband?
No, it's just, I'd say the big thing is just introducing her as my wife. I'm still getting used to that, and it's cool seeing her with my last name, but we've been together since my freshman year of college, so I'd say besides those little changes, everything's pretty much as good as always.
Last one, huge hockey game tonight. I know you're a hockey guy. Will you be dialed in to USA, Canada tonight?
100%, yeah. I will be glued to the TV. I was hoping Canada would win because I wanted to see the rematch, and we got it. So, yeah, I'm pumped for that game.
I didn't want the rematch. I was cool with beating them once and not having to play them twice. You think we're going to be good?
I mean, they got Cale Makar back. He's one of the best players in the world, so they got their hands full. But, I mean, they looked pretty good the other night, so I'm hoping they pull it out.